Good morning from Nizwa, Oman. It's early morning. I'm speaking very quietly because it is very quiet. Now a noisy car is coming, but it was quiet before. Our trip to Oman didn't exactly turn out as we imagined. In many ways, traveling Oman was easier than we expected, but there were also parts that were quite challenging. Backpacks are on and we're heading back to Muscat. But I guess that's the beauty of traveling. You learn as you go and you need to be willing to keep an open mind to make it work. Anyways, enjoy the third episode of my Oman travel series. So we're staying right in the old town of Nizwa, and as you can see behind me, those are the walls, and there's also a tower that used to protect the old town. Nizwa is actually one of the oldest towns in Oman. So I decided I'll just take a little walk, and then later I am meeting Mata at the coffee shop where we also had breakfast yesterday, but today I want to try Omani fig coffee. It sounds very mysterious to me. Why is it so hard to wake up in the morning? Mornings are always so nice and quiet, and there's just like something in the air, right? In the morning, like something, like hope. And we made it. This is the coffee shop where we're meeting. So there has been a little misunderstanding. There's no such a thing as coffee made with dates. There's just coffee and dates next to it, so I didn't order it. So I just ordered Omani coffee and rugag, the Omani bread. I have Omani bread with egg and Nutella. And the coffee is much better than the Western coffee. Okay, so we're done with Nizwa. Backpacks are on and we're heading back to Muscat. So if you have seen my last vlog, you might be wondering, why are we heading back to Muscat? Didn't we just come from there like 2 days ago? And yes, we did. But what we realized in Nizwa was that Oman is a country made for road trips. It's a great place to rent a car and drive around, but not such a great place to travel by bus, which is what we attempted to do at first, until we realized that it doesn't really make sense. Not that there was anything wrong with taking a bus in Oman. Buses were in general super modern, very convenient, easy, but there are just not that many connections. So if we would want to go from Nizwa to Sor, which was another town that we wanted to see in Oman, we would have to go back to Muscat anyways to change buses. Plus, there was this one thing that we didn't get to do in Muscat that we really wanted to do. So we did a lot of research, found a new solution to see all the places that we wanted to see in Oman, and we headed back to Muscat. We are back home in Royal Tulip, where we stayed previously when we were in Muscat a couple of days ago. But we just really like this place and we decided to stay here again. And right now we're looking for our our room. Okay, so let me show you around our room. This is it. We've got 2 beds, TV, whatever area, chair, and much nicer view than we had last time. And now I think we're gonna go and get something to eat because I am starving. So we found this restaurant nearby our hotel that has like these separate rooms, and you sit on the floor. You have to take your shoes off when you enter. So this is what it looks inside. This is our table and that's the menu. Food is here. Let me explain to you what we have here. We have some bread, some hummus, and this is my dish. It's a mix of 2 vegetarian dishes. So this is dal and this is palak. What else do we have? We've got some veggies. I guess that's yogurt, and I also have yogurt with cucumber, and Mata has meat with rice. So as I told you, there was still this one last thing that we really wanted to do in Muscat. If you look up top attractions of Muscat, the #1 place that will most likely come up is Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque. And we didn't get a chance to see it the last time we were here because we didn't realize that non-Muslim visitors are not always allowed to enter the mosque. So Sultan Qaboos Mosque is the biggest mosque in Muscat. It's also the tallest building. It's about 90 meters tall, and as far as I understand, no other buildings in Muscat can be taller than this mosque. Keep in mind that you do have to be here from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. to be allowed to get in as a tourist. Okay, so I guess you can rent clothes here. So we paid for 2 abayas. We paid 2.5 for each. Can I choose? Yeah. There's so many colors. Oh my god, I don't. Which one do I want? So my first impression wearing a abaya for the first time ever is that the fabric is so beautiful and it's very light. I think it's made of silk. I'm not very good with fabrics, but it's so light and it feels very silky. Also, if you don't want to wear an abaya, majority of tourists here don't wear one. You can just bring your own clothes, long sleeves, and your own scarf, and it's okay. But it is a pretty cool experience to wear one, according to me. Okay, so I guess you have to leave your shoes here. So we're inside and just look at the ceiling, how beautiful it is, and the details. Pięknie, co? So this mosque was open in 2001, and the total amount of people that it can fit is 20,000. So it's massive. And the 5 minarets of the mosques symbolize the 5 pillars of Islam. It honestly gets better and better. It's such a beautiful building. Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque was definitely one of the most beautiful buildings I've seen in my life, and the fact that both walls and floor is made of this really beautiful shiny white marble, it just makes you feel like you're somewhere very special. So it's 100% not a place you can miss when visiting Oman. And we were both definitely very happy that things worked out that way and we got a chance to experience that. So we're back on the bus. Since we have figured out the public transportation system here in Muscat, we're taking advantage of that. It does save you a lot of money to take the bus. We paid 500 for the ticket. We do have to change the bus, and you have to pay again when you change. But still, it's like, you know, 10, 20 times cheaper than taking the cab. And to be honest, taking buses here in Oman so far has been like a really interesting experience. So every bus has a separate section for women and families in front, and then men sit in the back. And we have experienced several times when we get in, men who sit in the front, they immediately make space for us and move to the back. And if they don't, the bus driver sort of like reminds them to do that. So we made it to the bus stop and we have to change buses here. The whole drive in total will definitely take us around 45 minutes. The thing about Muscat is that it's a very long city. It's located along the coast, so you have mountains on one side and then ocean on the other side. So we made it to Old Muscat, the part of the city we haven't seen before. First place we're gonna see is the palace. Oman is a kingdom, and the Sultan has a couple of different palaces here in Muscat. I think I read that there are 6 different palaces here, and this one is mainly used for official visits. And what I wanted to say earlier is that we're still gonna go to Sur and we're still gonna see many more places, so don't worry. Tomorrow we're actually going, don't worry, as if someone was worried. Anyways, what I wanted to say was that we certainly did not give up on our plans of exploring the country and seeing Oman outside of Muscat. In my next vlog, I'm gonna show you what we ended up doing, the solution that we found. Jakiem prawda, więc to jest druga rzecz. For those of you that haven't seen my Muscat vlog and you're wondering what is LuLu, LuLu is a supermarket that we're slightly obsessed with because it's one of the best supermarkets I've ever seen in my life. I can tell you, if I had a supermarket like that nearby my house, I would be there every day, all day long. I would do nothing else and sit in the supermarket because the selection is absolutely insane. They have everything. And since we are going on a full day trip tomorrow, we're actually starting at 7 a.m., which is super early for me. But we want to have full days so we can see all the places that we're planning to see. That's why we need food, we need snacks for tomorrow, so we're going to LuLu. But any excuse to go to LuLu is good enough. Heaven, heaven. So this is how our little shopping at LuLu ended. Not so little. So unfortunately, or fortunately, we went a little crazy at LuLu's. Like, I bought these 2 bags. Where do I start? Let me show you what I got. So here we have a big bottle of water and some fresh pineapple juice. What do we have here? Mushroom bun. Snickers, because I've never had that one before. Reese, like I've never tried that before either. So obviously had a tuna sandwich, but that's for tomorrow. Like we need food for the car ride. This is dal, so Indian dal for today for dinner. And then we have a couple of zatars. I have quite a few of them here. They're not all for me. Some of them are for Malta. Oh, this is really interesting. I've never had that before, but this is a Indian sweet. Looks really interesting, so I took it to try. What else? More zatar. Zatar is like traditional bread. Then we have some samosa, cheese samosa here. Again, I just realized how much I got. And then paratha, Indian sort of bread pancake thing. And I know you might be thinking that there's a lot of Indian food here, which is true, because there is just Indian food everywhere in Oman. It's supermarkets, restaurants. I feel like sometimes we literally have to make an effort if we want to try more traditional food. Tomorrow is going to be a very exciting day. I'm really looking forward to our trip. So come back for another vlog. And if you haven't seen my other vlogs from Oman, I will link them up here. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog and I hopefully see you soon.